Hi, second grade. We are going to review fractions today, and I know it's been a while since we've been in school, so get your math caps back on and lock it in there, and we're just going to jump right in because there's no other way to start other than just jumping right in. Okay, so let's pretend these circles on the board are 3 cookies, okay? I'm sure you've been eating lots of cookies since you've been home. Let's pretend there's 3 cookies right here. This cookie is divided in 1/2. This cookie is divided into thirds. This is divided into halves. This is divided into thirds. This cookie is divided into fourths. And hopefully you can see that okay. I might have to turn, there, that's better. Now it's not backwards. That helps, huh? When you're doing math, not to have it backwards. Okay, let's do this again. This cookie is divided into halves. This cookie is divided into thirds. And this cookie is divided into fourths. Okay? Remember, the bottom number of the fraction tells you how many pieces the cookie is divided into. Or you could say it's a pizza. So there are 2 pieces in this cookie, and one of the pieces is colored in. That's where the fraction 1/2 comes from. This cookie, the bottom number of our fraction is a 3. That means it's divided into 1, 2, 3 pieces. The top number, the 1, means that only one of the 3 pieces is colored in. And the third cookie is divided into 4 sections because the bottom number of our fraction is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 1 on the top represents how many sections are colored in, which is 1. So that's a review of fractions. Now, on your paper that you're going to do today, it's page 262 in your math workbook, you're going to see a bunch of cookies divided into fractions, like this. And you're going to have to show the greater than, less than, if you can see that through the glare, or equal to on your cookies. Okay, and I will do the first one together with you if I can find my eraser. So go ahead, if you haven't already, grab your math worksheet, page 262, and if you need to pause the video to get it, go ahead and do that now. So the first, number 1, it says it says color to show the fractions. Write greater, less than, or equal to. So in the first box, it has, I'm going to write it as we go here. Okay, the first one, there are 3 parts that we need to color in because the fraction underneath is 3/4, right? So that means our cookie's divided into 4 pieces and we're coloring in 3 sections of that cookie. The next fraction over here is 1/4. That means this cookie also has 4 pieces, but we're only coloring in 1 of the 4 pieces. That's where the 1 is used for. So I'm just going to color in that one right there. Doesn't matter which one you color in, okay? But you have to make sure that you color in the correct amount. So this one, doesn't matter what 3 pieces you color in, as long as it's only 3 of the 4 pieces. Same with this. It doesn't matter what one you color in, as long as it's 1 of the 4 pieces, okay? And then it wants you to put, there's a box here, and it wants you to put greater, less than, or equal to. Now, if I was super hungry, would I want this much of a cookie? Or would I want this much of a cookie? And you can pretend it's a pizza or whatever. Which is more? Which one would you want to eat if you're really hungry? A little bit or a lot? So I'm going to say this is more because there's 1, 2, 3 pieces. This one only has 1. So then you're going to put 3/4 is greater than 1/4. There's more of this cookie shaded than this one. So this fraction is greater than this fraction. We're going to do the next one together again, and then I want you to do the other 2 on your own. All right, so the one across has, I have to look at my book here, it has the fraction like that underneath, a 1/4, and then it has a cookie that looks like this, and the fraction is 1/3. So we already know that the numbers on the bottom of our fraction represent how many pieces our cookies cut into. So there's 4 pieces here. The top number tells me how many pieces of my cookie I'm coloring in. So this number's a 1. So I'm just going to color in 1. It doesn't have to be perfect. 1 section of my 4 pieces. 1 of my 4 pieces. This one is 1/3, and hopefully you can see it. I know there's a little glare. But 1/3 pieces. Okay, this cookie is divided into 3 pieces, and the number 1 on the top means I'm only coloring in 1 of my 3 pieces. So I'm going to color the top piece here. And I'm really bad at drawing and coloring and stuff. Like the students now, they make fun of my drawings all the time. And then there's a box. Now, this one's a little bit harder because it's not as obvious after you color in the sections of your cookies. It's not as obvious, so you're really going to have to look at this. Let's see, if I was really, really hungry, would I want 1 of my 4 pieces? Or would I want this fraction, which is 1 of the 3 pieces? Now, it doesn't matter which one you colored in. You don't have to color it in just like mine. Okay, you can color in as long as you're doing it correctly. Is fine, and your parents can make sure that you're doing it correctly. But when you look at it real close, 3 pieces of cookie, each of these 1, 2, 3 pieces are bigger than the 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So if I colored in 1 of these 3 pieces, that's a bigger piece. So my big mouth, or my alligator mouth, and I usually put teeth on it for the kids. If you want to put teeth, go ahead. They want to eat that fraction. That one is more than this one. 1/3 is more than 1/4. So how you would say this is 1/4 is less than 1/3. Now in fractions, let's review real quick. In fractions, the number on the bottom, when it's smaller, actually means it's a bigger fraction. It's like opposite. Okay, so don't just look at these numbers down at the bottom, 4 and 3, and oh, okay, 3 is smaller, so you know, this one must be smaller. No, fractions are the opposite. When you have a smaller number in your fraction on the bottom, that's a bigger number. And hopefully I just didn't confuse all of you. Okay, I want you to do the next 2 on your own and see how you do. And you're going to be handing that in to me. And there is number 2 on your worksheet. I'm going to make a video just to review that also. Okay, so check out my next video. Bye.